The central bank latest action on Naira redesign and nationwide implementation of cashless policy are intended to further sustain this achievement in the quest to foster a safe, credible, and efficient payment system that is the pride of all Nigerians and the envy of the world. It is neither targeted at any segment of the society nor intended to disenfranchise hardworking Nigerian citizens and businesses as insinuated in some parts.
Now, when you look at the conditions that CBN has put in their policy, to me it appears very punitive. How the money comes about, how the money is to be taken, and limitation on what people should do with their hard-earned money. I think even in the global best practice, it does not exist. We must find a way to remove that so we do not deter people from progressing. Having said that, Mr. President, quickly, our rural bankers cannot survive this policy somersault. Why? Because the basic infrastructure in our rural area does not exist.
My fear is that the fixation on cash is really, having a negative impact on the rural economy. Because we're talking about cash in circulation. If you look at whether it's only about 2 or 3%. If we continue to attack 2 to 3% of the money that is available out there, how do we affect inflation? If what they are saying is true, Mr. President, by end of this month, with what they have mopped up, we should see at least a 7 percentage point in inflation rate. If it doesn't happen, then we should take out inflation as one of the reasons that we are introducing this cashless policy. Secondly, Mr. President, if for 12 or for 10 years we have introduced a cashless policy, and we still have so much money outside in circulation, and then we are touting our position in the digital transfer world and whatever, it means that the two can coexist hand in hand. Yes, we have been successful, we have moved so much transactions onto you, and yet these people are still, you can't force people out of what they are used to.
Amongst the recommendation based on the interaction of the committee, that the Senate should support the bank in the continuous implementation of transformational payments and financial industry initiatives in line with its mandate in accordance with the CBN Act.
In the report, there is a clause that says massive consultation will be held between now and the 9th of January. Mr. President, that's only 2 weeks. And there is this festive period in between. How can you have a massive consultation in those 2 weeks? The timing is wrong. Again, Mr. President, the CBN approved POS operators and registered them and took monies from them, no matter how little. And now, those people can only do so little. It took so many people off the roads. It took all our unemployed graduates off the streets. Now, they're going to be thrown back with this policy if an amendment is not done. Mr. President, there's a big elephant in the room. Why is this happening during an election period? Why is it that it is coming now when we have an election just a little over a month ahead? There is a need to be flexible in what we are doing.
Above 100,000 per week, you pay processing fee of 5%. The question is looking at the inflation trend in our country and the average cost of living of survivor of every family in Nigeria, 100,000 per week, then POS withdrawal 20,000 daily is terribly, the threshold is going to impact. I'm not oblivious of the fact that the committee had made recommendation on adjustment, but this is not enough. As a committee of the Senate, they ought to also have interacted with certain indices to come up with a recommendation on what should be the adjustment. The recommendation 1 says that Nigerians,
Senator Jibola is back here. We also want to protect our people in rural areas from being attacked, by bandits, being attacked by armed robbers who believe that there's a piggy bank in their homes. I think the moment it becomes clear to everyone that we've gone cashless, full-blown, and there's no money being hoarded in anybody's house, I think there will be reductions in armed robbery and banditry attacks as well. Having said that, let's go straight to the recommendations. Recommendation 1, that the Central Bank of Nigeria should considerably adjust the withdrawal limits in response to public outcry on the policy. Those in favor of the recommendation say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Recommendation 2, that the committee, that's the Committee on Banking, should continue to embark on aggressive oversight of the bank on its commitment to flexible adjustment of the withdrawal limit and periodically report outcome to the Senate. Those in favor of this recommendation say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Recommendation 3, that the Senate should support the bank in the continuous implementation of the transformational payments and financial industry initiatives in line with its mandate in accordance with CBN Act. Those in favor of this recommendation say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.